Ma'am, it's live now. You proceed.
Okay, must start, Krishnan.
A very good morning to one and all present for this national webinar on effective online teaching and learning strategies and ethics, organized by IQAC of Nazareth College of Education for Women. I am so excited to have you all today, and I hope everyone is staying safe and well. Now I take this opportunity to welcome our resource person, delegates, principal, teacher educators, student teachers, students of our institution, and from various institutions and states of our country. And today we have the privilege to have with us an expert from the field of education who shall be reflecting on the theme of this webinar. Now let's begin this webinar with a beautiful prayer. Now I request Mrs. Charlotte, Assistant Professor of English, NCFW, to lead us with a prayer.
Let's bow down our heads in prayer. Loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for all the blessings, mercy, and protection you've bestowed upon us. Thank you for this opportunity of sharing knowledge through this national webinar. I place each and every one present here in your mighty hands, especially the resource person. Let your words be in her mouth, guide her to present well what she has prepared. Help us to have good comprehension over what we are about to listen. I bring to your presence our college, management, principal, staff, and our dear students. Bless everyone and give your wisdom and peace within us. We ask this in your precious name, O Lord. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am, for a wonderful prayer. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Now I request our principal of Nazareth College of Education for Women, Dr. B. Golden Kisha, who knows the way as a great leader, to deliver the warm welcome address.
Years ago, we used to discuss about the danger of online course. I remember saying to the students that nothing can replace a teacher. Teachers played a role of a king in the classroom, and the students were treated as a spectator. And the students were relying on their teachers for their intellectual quest. But now, teachers are struggling to cope up with the new norms. Even an instructor who has taught the same course dozens of times in an on-campus classroom will spend many extra hours figuring out how to teach it online. Too often, faculty try to lay technology on top of the face-to-face course, and that does not work well. It doesn't work for the students and it does not work for the faculty. But now things have been changed. If the college wants students to be a lifetime learner, we have to give them the online teaching opportunity. And we have to make them a lifelong learner. And we have to give them the opportunity to take virtual course. The need for virtual classroom is a need of this hour. No one can escape from this. Now, we must start thinking how to make the class effective and to make the students attentive in the class. We need to find a solution to the problem. And to give a start to that, here is Dr. Sister Irdaya Mary, Assistant Professor of English, Stella Matutina College of Education, to be the resource person who will talk about the effective online teaching and learning strategies and ethics. In fact, I'm happy to welcome you, sister. On behalf of the management, faculty of Nazareth College of Education for Women and all the participants, I welcome you, sister. And I also welcome all the participants from various walks of life who are with us today in the webinar. Be active, be attentive, and acquire the knowledge. Vanakkam, Nandri.
Thank you, ma'am. Guest speakers on webinars are an invaluable source of knowledge. Achievers never expose themselves, but their achievements expose them. Now let us know about the qualifications, experience, and achievements of our resource person. So I request Mrs. Bino Thomas, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, NCFW, to introduce our chief guest.
A wonderful morning to one and all present here. I deem it a great privilege in introducing the chief guest, Dr. Sister M. Irudaya Mary, Professor of English, Stella Maritano College of Education, for today's national webinar on the topic Effective Online Teaching, Learning Strategies and Ethics. Dr. Sister M. Irudaya Mary is a postgraduate in English and Education, done her MPhil in English Literature, NET qualified in Education, and has a dual doctorate degree in Education and Psychology. She has about 2 decades of teaching experience and started her career as a principal at St. Joseph's Matriculation High Secondary School, Chennai, for about 5 years, and later served as a headmistress at Loreto Convent School, Mumbai, for about 3 years. Served as an assistant professor of English at Loyola College for an year, and served as an assistant professor of English in Loyola College of Education for about 4 years. Currently, Sister serves as an assistant professor of English at Stella Maritano College of Education. Now, I would like to highlight few of Sister's achievements. Sister has guided many M.Ed, MPhil scholars and have published many research articles in national and international journals. Sister has also authored English textbook for matriculation schools for classes 6 to 9. Served as an organizing secretary in both national and international conferences. Has been a coordinator of placement cell both at Loyola College of Education and Stella Maritano College of Education, Chennai. Served as a secretary of IQAC cell and a member of a planning committee at Stella Maritano College of Education since 2016. Has been a resource person for many colleges and schools. Indeed, we are fortunate to have a guest speaker with high profile and an apt person for today's national webinar. On behalf of the management, principal, teaching faculties, students, and all the participants, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Objectives are not commands, they are commitments. Now I request Dr. F. Sujata, IQAC Coordinator and Assistant Professor of Physical Science, NCFW, to list the objectives of this national webinar.
Good morning to one and all. During this unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic situation, with the closure of schools and colleges, there is a shift from traditional mode of teaching to online teaching and learning. And it's very necessary to make this online teaching and learning more effective. This topic was selected for this webinar. And based on this topic, we would like to state few objectives. The objectives for this webinar are: the participants will acquire knowledge on the various online search engines for teaching learning process, develop interest on various online learning platforms. They'll be able to learn about the various online learning tools that are available, understand how effectively students can be engaged during online classes. The participants can list out the online classroom challenges that are faced by teachers. They'll be able to discuss the code of ethics for online learners. Apart from this, they'll become aware of the skills and disposition essential for online learning. And above all, we can explore the techniques for strengthening the learning skill. So I wish each one of you a very informative session today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Now I hand over the session to our Honorable Resource Person, Dr. Sister M. Irudaya Mary, ma'am, to enlighten us with her knowledge.
Thank you, ma'am.
At the outset, I would like to thank Mr. A.N. Henry Morris, the Secretary of the College, Dr. B. Golden Kishan, the Principal, and the Organizing Secretaries, Dr. S. Sujata, Ms. Devi Manorama, and P. Gayatri, for having me on this platform. A small correction, I do not have PhD in dual degrees. I have one PhD that is on education psychology. Thank you, ma'am. And I started, not many number of scholars. It's only few people. One MPhil scholars I have guided. And I'm guiding the third MEd candidate. So that's, for a little correction. Okay, so, ma'am, am I audible? Is it clear? Can you, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Okay. At the welcome address, the principal rightly said, right? We, formally, there was inquisitive behavior of both teaching community and the student community, to go in for online learning and teaching. And today, whether you like it or not, we are forced in the entire, world, I would say, especially in the Indian context. We are forced in almost for a year and quarter, months due to COVID pandemic, COVID-19. So therefore, there are both ups and downs, a lot of doubts, misguiding, or there are a number of aspects which we need to look into, because we are in an era where we have come to interact with our students through online mode. So welcome. That is why I am, I'm here to discuss. Okay, to begin with, online, it's, when you think of online teaching and learning, it is anywhere teaching and learning, and where, the landscape of teaching has been changed tremendously, unlike in a traditional classroom where you and I, would meet the students personally and interact, and we would know each and every student personally because of, a lot of interactions, exchange of knowledge, sharing of personal views and things like that. But here, although you miss the personal contact, the virtual classroom does, enhances us to meet and interact students the way we would like to. And this online mode of teaching and learning provides a lot of, flexibility, autonomy, and, a kind of, a very, light going learning and teaching aspects, a lot of dynamism is there, a lot of flexibility is there, and anyway teaching, one could, even while traveling, a student could, listen to teachers' lectures, and even, get into interactions, get questions or doubts clarified. So therefore, although you miss the personal contact, here to, virtually we meet, as I and you are today meeting each other and addressing. And adding to that, there is a lot of flexibility, a lot of dynamism, a lot of autonomy. A child can even, if a child is in the classroom, a child is very stiff. Even in the university level, study students are very stiff, they try to sit, and especially even if they want to go for a, sip of water or use a restroom, they say, no, you're all adult, okay? The time is over, can you not sit? But here they have the autonomy, flexibility, even if they can sit and listen to you with a cup of coffee or a milk and sipping, a cup of water or having some snacks, they can listen to it. And the research have done proved time and again, where a lot of flexibility, dynamism is given to the students, autonomy is given to the students. The learning outcome is very, very effective. Imbibing knowledge is lasting. So therefore, I think you and I are in a way are gifted, or it is a boom to be teaching on the online platform. Now, there are three aspects that we need to, consider when we sit to make this online teaching learning very effectively. We should know what exactly is there in the online. There's something called search engines, okay? Then there is online learning platforms, and there is online learning tools. There are a number of aspects, but at least, where the students community and teaching community is concerned, to make our teaching and learning more effective, okay, more experiential one, we need to have these aspects. Now look at this, a lot of search engines are there, number of search engines are there. I have just, noted few things. Now, what is the use of this search engine? Significance of the search engine is when today's students are not in real classroom where they would go to the library and put their hands on for resource materials, look on
Voice
any
is not
aspect.
audible.
Now, is it clear, sir? Hello? Hello? Is it clear? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Yeah, so therefore, students and the teaching community is not able to go and browse, the real books, magazines, relevant books, reference books. But you can, these search engines, okay, provide a lot of resource materials, and it is argued that the teaching community must, inform the students. All the students are digital natives. We are all migrants to this phenomenon, but yet I think they need to be addressed, these all search engines, where they can get, browse, look for relevant materials, content matters that they need, okay, to have an in-depth study on a particular concept knowledge. So therefore, search engines provide a variety of, knowledge, and students can also check, they can correlate, they can check the difference between, okay, the website or search engine that gives more authentic content matter. So that enables them also to have an in-depth knowledge on any subject they browse, study, and you have got, thousands and millions of, material, and ebooks are available, free ebooks where they can download and keep referring for their research, for their further studies. So search engines are, useful, significant aspects in the online teaching learning. Next, you have also got online learning platforms, okay, where today UGC and NCERT, come up with, options of online courses where it becomes, self-appraisal program for the teaching community and the learning community, where the learners get added qualification for their job profile. Suppose, for example, if the B.Ed students are with us for 4 years, every semester, four semester, every semester the students could, do an online course, Swaya, MOOC, okay, Coursera, Udemy, edX, and they all provide number of free online courses, and there are number of short online courses which are very, very relevant on content, imbibing knowledge, on developing skills, things like that. So it becomes an added qualification for the students. So these are all available, and you have got hundreds of courses being offered, short-time courses, 3 minutes course, all with e-certificates, which really, gives a platform for the students for their future job opportunity. So the learners should know, so that they can have their self-appraisal. Now we come here is what you and I are really concerned about, tools. You also have online tools for teaching and learning. There are a number of tools. I think, hundreds of tools are available. You click on, at the click of the mouse, you get a number of, portals, number of various teaching activities, wherein you can make use of. You and I may not make use of all these tools in a classroom, but whichever is very relevant for us, based on the topics, based on the preparation, based on the discussion, based on the methodology or strategies or techniques that you have planned in implementing a particular concept or knowledge, you can choose these, and these provide an ample opportunity, for the students to interact with you through this virtual classroom. So you can have the students, glued to your discussion, or enable them to be focused on the concept. that is being discussed. So we have got Zoom, Google Classroom that provides ample opportunity, slides, Prezi, SlideShare, Google Drive, online whiteboard where you can use all the teachers, including maths, physics, botany, zoologists. Teachers can make use of this whiteboard, drawing 3P learning, which gives you a lot of diagrams, Edmodo, and Kahoot, where you can have organized games, quiz, webinars, Skype, Microsoft Teams, podcast, Nearpod. All these are there, online tools, okay, which enhances if these tools are used for our teaching learning process. These really make students, interactive. Using these tools, you can make the students interacting with you while they learn, and also you can keep them motivated during the 40 minutes, 50 minutes, or an 1 hour class, okay, of the interaction. So when the students get involved in the teaching learning process, it becomes really effective and experiential one. When it is an effective and experiencing experience of learning, teaching and learning, then the knowledge that they imbibe remains forever. So therefore, these are the few tools that usually which are available of any search engine that provide us to be effective. Now let's look on what are the strategies. Okay, it is not something new that I'm going to be discussing. These are the teaching community. You have been using it, provided, maybe exercising it, exhibiting it, but consciously, I think, because we do not meet the student, face to face, we meet them virtually. But you do not know the psychological, physiological, or mental, emotional status as they appear to be in front of you. So therefore, there are certain things we need to really take into consideration so that your online teaching goes on. At the end of the day, you can say, well, I think my class today went on well because of these preparations. Students were very happy, and you also feel, job satisfaction, doing something. Yes, I'm satisfied what I gave of the preparation. So to begin with, teachers' disposition. Excuse me. Normally, when we were, going to the college through the traditional method of, teaching, we have, timed schedule. Okay, get ready after breakfast, bath, prayer, and things like that. You put on neat dress and you're ready, and you enter the classroom. But sometimes, because it is online, the tendency may vary. You may think, okay, who's going to look at me? Okay. Sometimes they may, slackness may set in, I think, because we vibrate that energy, whether you like it or not, we vibrate. So therefore, even for online class, because you are, in the virtual aspect, you are real, and students are there, although they are from different parts of the district, they may be interacting in different parts of the state, of the country, but you are alive, virtually you are with them. So therefore, it is very important, to have self-discipline and be positive towards this online class, as you used to be very positive and well prepared for your traditional class. The vibrant energy, that you come into this online class would definitely, radiate and, vibrate the same energy that you shared with your learners. That's very, very important. So the readiness, teachers' disposition and readiness, both physically, psychologically, emotionally, plays a vital role in making your teaching and the students' learning process an effective one. Okay, it enhances your ability. Yeah. On the other hand, the students imbibe not only knowledge, but they also imbibe a lot of skills, because the online platform does ensure the development of various skills, which is the objectives of education. The education speaks about it is an all-round development of personality, and in online teaching too, we need to ensure that not only the content matter, but the students also develop all-round personality of developing a lot of skills. So therefore, go with right attitude. When you go with right attitude, the students do develop and imbibe right attitude. Both attitude and aptitudes could be developed, and research time and again proved, right? They say there's a saying, a right person for a right job. So therefore, the learning community is definitely, highly knowledgeable, highly learned. But little preparation, little thinking about definitely will make a huge impact on the learning community. So you also in exchange develop, indirectly develop their right aptitude. Otherwise, what happens, see, this is what will happen. Classroom management would be a question. Would be a question. And if you're not prepared, if you really do not ready with physically, emotionally, and psychologically, then you will lose your confidence, whether the students are making some comments. So your attention will be deviated, and that will not enhance in the teaching learning process. So therefore, that's very, very important. The second one is dress code. Dress code is very, very important. Whether you are in a traditional classroom or online classroom, go with, an elegant matter. There is a Tamil proverb, right? They always tell me students, it makes a lot of difference. Not necessarily you need to go with, but be a guy, charming. Students do expect you to be a charming personality as you appear in traditional classroom, that they also love to see their teachers. So therefore, it is very important to pay attention to your dress code, because that also makes you, when you put on something that you like, it also, energizes you. Your emotional mood setup also becomes very vibrant. Next is, the strategy for online teaching is very important, that we need to take care of the kind of presentation, because the kind of students we have is, kinds of learners. You do have, you have, slow learners in your class. You have got below average learners, average learners, above average learners, and you have got achievers. Now, almost 5-6 kinds of students are in our classroom now. How do we meet the expectation of each one of them? That is very, very important. So we must keep in mind, fulfilling the expectation of these students. So prepare our methodologies, strategies accordingly. Not only we have kinds of students, we have also types of learners. Some learners are good at learning when you give a good lecture. For example, if you ask me, if somebody talks to me, explains to me, well, I learn it, 70% of learning goes in. Maybe I have, 20% of visual. When I look, something visually, I learn. Maybe a 10% of kinesthetic learning by doing. So now we have got mixed group of students. These AVK, audio visual kinesthetic learners. If you say they are supposed to be 33.33, it is always, the difference degree differs, the ability of learners. So therefore, in order to fulfill the scopes and demands and need of the students, we need to prepare, go with some visuals, images, videos, okay, things like that. For example, I can say, go with pictures like this, okay, thank you for not littering. You can have, or you can go for directly, through online. You can have these, or suppose if I'm explaining on something, what is, flow chart or flip charts, I can go in explaining, or if you're explaining about, function of the heart, you can go for it. So the pictures and posters, videos play a vital role in the online teaching and learning. I think somebody's audio is on, so that's disturbing. Hello? Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible only, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am, but some noise is coming at the back, ma'am.
Yeah, ask
Somebody
them to mute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can also go for video clips, right, to make it interactive, like, just taken a common theme, you can also go for your videos, okay, wherein students' attention can be, retrieved. Even if students are deviated, the kind of span of attention they have.
Prema, participant, kindly mute. Prema.
So such kind of video, these will help the students, to be focusing their attention. The pictures, audios, and videos, images speak louder than words, as they are, some students, when they look at it, when they see thousands of things, today when you open your television or newspapers, number of news are going on, but students take it all lightly. Suppose if you want to have an attention of games or a quiz or assignment, you can have it online using various tools like podcasts, things like that, where you can have a quiz. Or if I find my students are deviated, the kind of span of attention they have, so immediately you can select. You can select, even what I do is I select an empty, and I start, questioning, and I ask the students to answer it. For example, the meeting is going on. Which are the 7G countries, okay, those that are taking part today, discussing on the world's political affairs. Let the students get to know what's happening, things like that. So it is very, very important that we use all these aspects in a presentation, so that the kind of learners and type of learners, especially the below average students and or slow learners, when you present them like PPT or pictures with words, they will learn the spellings. They will learn, okay, this is what systematically you need to organize your ideas when I need to write. So indirectly too, they imbibe a lot of information. So therefore, online teaching, all these visuals, images, videos, audios, games, quiz, assignments, enables them to imbibe a holistic way of learning. And all the different kinds of learners and types of learners will be, collaborating with you effectively or involving themselves in the teaching learning process effectively. The next aspect is, as we are all immigrants or migrants to this digital world, whether it's our students or are digital natives. They know much more about the digital, aspects than you and I. So therefore, when the teaching community also should know, kind of technology that we need to use, or for a particular concept that we are using. Not that you need to know everything, okay? A few things definitely, if you're very sure of, will definitely enhance, okay, the classroom environment, where you can get your students involved 100%. All the students, get involved in the teaching learning process, which becomes, sign of success, from the part of the teaching community and from the part of the learning community. And meaningful preparation. This you may say, what is new things about it? Even in the traditional classroom, we prepare it. What is there to prepare? It does not make, as I say, the teaching community is a community, competent with their expert knowledge, but definitely just make a small difference. Suppose as I'm, presenting, now this has to be very visible to the learners. If the font size, taking care of the font size or the letter size, putting different colors, it does appeal to them. Suppose if I make it very small, Times New Roman 12, it is only, I can access or I can view it. But what about the students? They do face a lot of problem with various problems, children wearing glasses or spectacles, or students having network problem or things like that. So therefore, prepare it well, where everybody can see it. When we are in the traditional classroom, when we take our TLM, teaching learning materials, the resources, we tell them, okay, what the teacher puts up on the board, okay, hangs it or writes it on the whiteboard or a chalkboard, the boy or a girl who's seated at the last two should be able to see it. So even that aspect appeals here, okay, present it well, wherein all the students can see it very clearly. Expect the unexpected and remain flexible. Okay, this is a new problem that each one of us are facing through online. You may expect, every child, for example, suppose if I say 9:30 is my class and I tell my students, okay, I log in by 9:15. Okay, I sit there. In spite of saying you always have few students coming once you begin the class. Now, once you begin the class, you are interacting with the students. The students coming after the class begins, if you need to be shifting, admitting them, and again you come back, you're, expressing. So it becomes a kind of hindrance, but that cannot be avoided. You need to also, accommodate, because there may be various reasons at home. Maybe there is somebody is sick, children are there, maybe the child really experiences network problem, whatever reasons may be. So a lot of unexpected things. You may ask the students, okay, tomorrow, before I begin the class, I want you to, for 10 minutes, we have a discussion. Everyone needs to speak, go through, okay, you give the source material to go through and come back and report to you before you begin. You may not find the students. Maybe sometimes students may log in when you call them, okay, you ask a question, you don't expect any answers. Then you wait for a few minutes and ask them, call out a name. You don't find children there, although they have logged in. So such kind of things are available, you can meet, and not necessarily we need to be stressed, okay. Maybe they do experience sometimes, networking problem or some other issues in the family. We really do not know what really is happening. So these are all some of the, disadvantage of online learning, but those could be overcome, when you remain flexible. Ask the students maybe after the class, get to know. When the students don't answer you, maybe they are not comfortable. They may find that, I'm not good at answering. Then ask them, type it on the chat box. Clear? So you are providing an opportunity. Say, those of you who cannot answer me, kindly give the answers. Okay, so you are able to see it. So what happens in the long run? The students get, confident to discuss with you. So provide also wait time. We are used in our traditional classroom when we discuss on some, concept or discipline. We ask the students, come on, could you answer me? The child doesn't answer, we keep, moving on to some other child. But this wait time provides, what is wait time? Give the child maybe, a minute or 30 seconds or 1 minute. Let the child think and answer, which we fail. I think here it's very important, we need to provide wait time. This helps even the below average students to, to develop that confidence and answer, think and answer. Scaffolding, we also need to provide the scaffolding, kind of help the students need, provide, okay? If you are not able to answer me, you can post it on, chat box, or you can even, answer me tomorrow. You can send answer through a mail, or, send it through a Google Classroom, whichever classroom or Zoom, whatever, tools that you're using, you can say. So if you're not able to answer me, you can give them the opportunity, provide them help, you're not leaving them, not ignoring them. Let the students know, create and maintain a strong presence. This is what it means. Students should not think that the teaching community comes through online to address on the, particular discipline or a concept, and, they go off. No, it's very important that we need to make sure that the students sitting with you are very important. Okay? Because if the student community is not there, we don't have any business here. So see that's the reason, I make it a point every morning, everybody, I tell them, kindly unmute, okay, let me see your face or take the attendance. And after explaining every small concept, there is always an interaction. Clear? If the students are absent, I ask them, okay, send through the friends, because they have this WhatsApp group. please share the information with your friends and let your friends submit an assignment or a concept. So learning community knows that the teaching community is concerned about us. Okay, they are always there for us. So you can also have, you know, a small group or WhatsApp within the classroom, or you know, you can have a link, Google Meet or Zoom Meet link, where you can assess, where students can post their ideas, their even difficulties they need to share with you. Set clear expectation for the course. It is very important that you tell them, since we are on online, so therefore I need, you know, in order to have this unit to be effectively, you know, learned, you need to submit, you need to be attentive in the class, you need to provide, you know, submit the assignment, and at the end of the day, you need to, you know, discuss, get involved in the discussion. So you need to tell them, only then you will get a credit, okay, 1 credit or 2 credit. You need to also, you know, make a record, do group work or peer work, peer discussion, things like that. You need to help the students to know what is expected of them. Establish a sense of comfort. That is very important. Okay. See, teaching community is always, you know, learner community. With every aspect, we are, you know, little bigger than the learning community. But what is very important, we need to come down to the level of them, you know, yes, you students must feel at ease in our classroom online. Give them the freedom, give them the autonomy, so that they have the comfort, they have the feasibility of asking questions, clarifying doubt, or even personal problem, you know, they may share with you. So let them feel that you are there for them. Okay, students have all the right to question, clarify doubts. You must tell them, I'm there for you. You know, you have got every right to stop me anytime you want if you don't understand the concept. So therefore, sense of comfort, give them the freedom to express their ideas. And you also need to, you know, pay attention to what they share. I always make it a point. I tell them, okay, even if they answer correct, wrongly, I say, okay, thank you for, you know, speaking or, you know, discussing. Although the answer is not a relevant one, but next time you can try. Or your answer is some 50%, it is correct, not the other 50%. Can you think? Okay, I give you a little more time. Can you still think over? Or you, you know, reframe your questioning, or you do the probing. All this will help the students to be very, very comfortable. You will make it as a conducive atmosphere in the teaching learning process. Promote reflection and discussion. Very, very important, because if you're only teaching and if the students don't get involved, okay, I think at the end of the day, you and I will be not very happy. Okay, see, therefore, promote reflection. Okay, girls, boys, okay, this is what today we are going to see. Tomorrow, this is the topic I'm going to discuss with you. For example, okay, now find out which are the 7 countries, okay, are known as G7. Okay, what are their principles or goals? Why do they come? Why do they meet? Browse in the newspaper, browse in, you know, website. Come and tell me, not everything, at least, you know, the main objectives of this 7G countries. So next day you say, okay, before I begin, let's spend 5 or 7 minutes discussing on. So I'm only giving you a little example. So this will enable them. So students will prepare and come. Oh, our teacher will not, you know, will not take the class unless we get involved in the discussion or we give our reflection. What happens in the long run, it becomes automatic. They say, you know, any practice that is, you know, practiced for 21 days or for 3 months, it becomes part and parcel of oneself. So you are in another way, you know, helping the students to be critically thinking, analyzing, you know. So what happens? The level of thinking, the order of thinking, as Bloom's taxonomy says, you know, it goes, increases, synthesizing, analyzing, creating. So they become, you know, it becomes automatic. In the long run, they will know, okay, even if they read a newspaper, even if they read a quote, their mind will keep thinking automatically. You know, they will enlarge, expand their critical mind, which is very, very important. Have a balanced, okay, of active leader and an active observer. We need to be, that's why I keep saying, your presence in the online virtual classroom must have an impact on the learning community. I am there. You need to keep observing after 5 minutes or 7 minutes of discussion or your delivery. Ask some questions or give them some quiz to answer, or ask them to give put up their opinion in the chat box, what they have understood or what are the points they liked, which are the points they did not like, so that so you're checking constantly. Let the students know that they are being assessed constantly, which is very, very, a kind of, mind setting, disciplining their mind, also enabling them to have regular practice, which is one of the effective learning systems. So you also observe, you always find some students, being very, very passive, never take part in any of the discussion. Because if you have 40 students in your class, you cannot just make all the 40 to discuss with you in an hour. But you can see, you can see their names, you can see their face. So therefore, so keep observing students, those who do not interact with you, enable them. You can calling out students' name, in the traditional classroom, it is not supposed to be. You should not, pinpoint a student and ask. But here you can do it, with your voice modulation. Just to let the students know that you are interested in everyone's learning development, growth and learning development and the personality development. So therefore, you need to interact with them constantly. Get the feedback from the students. That is very, very important. Okay, we finished one unit. Okay, how did you like this online class? What more do you find me to change? If I need to change anything, my methodology or strategies or the tools that I use or exercise that I give, is it fine with you? Does it help you? Or should I need to modify? Please be open to ask. I think, your students are, real teachers. I find, number of students come up with very, very relevant, answers, suggestions they give you. Okay, because teachers are also learners. We are also learners. We are, very well, okay, learning is never complete. So therefore, ask for feedback that will help you to become all the more effective and, competent teachers in the long run. To be mindful of misinterpretation. It is both the ways. Either you may be misinterpreted what you say, or what the students say, you may misinterpret. So there is a lot of, loopholes are there in the online classroom. Maybe because students are at home, maybe some people are there watching the television. Some friends may be sitting behind them, talking something. The child may, tickle to answering him, and you may find that is, he's answering you. So see that all this, unexpected things could happen, but we don't have to be stressed. Okay, take it with light-hearted. That is very, very important. Only when we are, serious about everything, that then it affects, not necessarily, right? Children, learners are learners. We had been, all of us, the teaching community had been a learning community years back. So therefore, and with, when 20 years back, the learning community was very different, or 30 years back. But today, with all its technology, as social media has come in, you cannot expect them to be like where we had been as learners. So therefore, even if something creeps in spite of, telling in front of the whole class, you can, after the class, you can call the child, over the phone, or, personally ask for clarification, so that you can be clarified. Or even if you say something and that it is misunderstood, can be clarified and explained. So that helps the student, oh, okay, even if I say something, the teacher is able to, understand me. Or even if teacher has said something, she's able to, apologize or explain. So that brings the students close to you. Close to you doesn't mean, but where the teacher, that shows that the teacher is concerned about the learning. So therefore, when the students understand there is somebody, concerned about me, then that helps student to imbibe intrinsic motivation, to learn. post behavior expectation is, after every class. It's very, very important. Okay, so you you can ask, okay, after every unit or after every class, you can ask, okay, now you are with us for a month. Okay, how do you find yourself at the entry level, the kind of knowledge you had now after having 1 month in the college? How do you feel after having attended so many classes? How do you feel? Okay, do you feel you are in the same level, or have you grown? The linguist, David Gresham, Stephen Gresham, and David Gradle, they will say, I've got something called input theory. Okay, the theory says when the student enter the classroom, they have a knowledge of, knowledge that is known as I. After 45 minutes class or 50 minutes class, when they leave, it is I plus 1. So therefore you ask, okay, so whether the students have effectively, meaningfully imbibed what you really want them to imbibe. Now, we can, although it is an online class, we can use it as, blended learning model. Now, what is this? Although you teach them, you are interacting them with online mode. But after the class, somebody is disturbing constantly. Could you just mute your audio, please? Participants, kindly mute your audio. So blended learning, what you discuss, you can ask them to present it as a report or as a group work or as a peer work, okay, or as an assignment. They may, upload the assignment through online, but also ask them to keep it as a hard copy. So blended learning, okay, not only online learning, but it is also blended learning. Okay? So go with, learner's mindset, very important, because this is a new phenomenon, as you said. How do students find? Because sometimes, they do have all this problem of networking problem. Sometimes you do have network, but your system doesn't work or your smartphone doesn't work. So you go with the learner's mind so that you are, you share that emotional connection with them so that you understand. Utilize the right, technology I have discussed. Utilize screen recording. It is available where you can record, and those of the students who are not in the class, you can always send it later. Okay, make the lessons interactive and engaging. Very, very important. Ensuring real learning. Okay, pre-class work is very, very important. Since you're online, you can always give them, tomorrow before I begin the class, I want you to have gone through this topic, okay, at least 2 pages. So this is a little, homework for the teaching community. You need to prepare it and tell them, unless and until you come and discuss with me, I'm not going to continue. So what happens? It enables them and motivates them to have a self-learning ability. See, they're developing a lot of skills. This is self-learning is a skill. So setting the appropriate duration. So you set the duration every day when we come in. Okay, group 1 will discuss. Divide the group into 40 students into 5 or 6 or 7 groups. So each group will have 6 or 8 students where they can come and share. The 8 students today, they will share. While the others listen, they interact. Okay, they may address, you can always tell them there are also your classmates listening to you. So what happens? They develop, leadership quality of preparing well and presenting well. So you are enabling them to have, a lot of skill of writing, presenting, enabling reading skill. So all this is very, very, effective way. Being mindful of issues at home, like we are facing right now. Some people may, leave the audios or videos on, or audios, some kind of, interruptions, may, cause, but you can say it politely so that you are aware of. Some children, there are married, students coming to the college to pursue higher education, both men and women, they do have some problems at home. So you can be polite in saying it so that they also feel that you care for them, which reflects or results in, confidence, okay, concern. So they feel, okay, see, my teacher not only teaches, she's very concerned about, that gives a kind of, she will, on the other hand, will develop concern towards other people. So regularly check content, resources, and applications. all the resources for both teaching and learning community. Today we only, rely our source on the e-materials, those that are available. And these e-materials and resources are updated every day, almost, a period of time. Once in a while it is being updated, and you could be updated. So, read it, because the children may read and come and tell you, you may not know it. So therefore, you need to really check, update your content matter and applications, because online teaching does not, stop at transferring knowledge, the bookish knowledge alone, as in the traditional classroom, where they go for all-round development, the physical exercise, things like that, taking care of holistic learning. 2 years back, we used to say, please do not give the mobile to the students, learners. Okay, do not offer computers, smartphone. Today we are saying learn through. What happened? Constantly when the students are viewing your desktop, computer, laptop, or things, smartphone, definitely their eyes, physically they get tired. So stop for a second, after half an hour. I used to tell them, okay, now put everything down, close your eyes, okay, breathe in and breathe out, okay. I used to ask them, wherever you are, just keep standing, stretch your hands. Or I used to tell them, go and wash your eyes and come. I'll give you 5 minutes break. Go and wash your eyes and come. Very important, very, very important. These are all minute things, but the consequence, the impact is very, very big, because it does help them, enable them to develop holistic, development of emotional well-being, physical well-being, and mental well-being. They are tired, but that 5 minutes, if you give them, 2 minutes to wash their eyes and their face and come, they're fresh again. It makes a lot of difference. So therefore, holistic approach student development must be addressed through online mode. So sometimes I give them even, action songs. I ask them, okay, stretch out. I show some actions and sing. They also follow. It does make big difference. It does make, and this, when they go and teach, when they go back after 2 years, get into schools, they follow this, So therefore, learning it, this 5 minutes break of washing hands or stretching out or having a cup of water does help them in an immense way, for them to be focused in the teaching learning process. So as I have said, you can use number of things as you discuss online. You can use PPT. You have got infinite canvas, drawing tools are there, diagrams are there, charts, okay, pre-made templates, sketching, typing, okay, image, import options. Number of things are there wherein you can, while you are discussing, you can make use of all this to enable the students be focused on the concept that you are discussing, right? You also have, flipped grid discussion. As you're discussing, you can use this option, enable the students to get into groups, and they can discuss and come back after 5 minutes. You can still watch them, what they could do, create a free Google Voice account wherein they can, talk, and the voice will type, or they type it with talk. So it is both the words, number of things, tools are available to enable the students to get into your interactions so that they are always focused on the topic. Now let's go for this ethics. Okay, I will take another few minutes. Code of ethics is very, very important, especially online learning. We also need to tell the students out, okay, because when they learn, online learning provides a lot of opportunity for the students to develop a multi-number of skills. They develop reading skills, speaking skills, writing skills, interactive skills, develop, thinking skills, cognitive ability, expands, they can draw, they can make use of all the tools. There's also soft skill, and they know how to speak, you also help them. In the normal class, right, when they come to, as soon as they see the teacher coming in, professor coming in, okay, everybody's in attention, they know how to behave. But here, everyone is, placed in different place at home environment. Students may at time, come up with, without thinking, talking way that is, which is not very appropriate, but you need to tell them. So therefore, help the students to think, personal discipline is very, very important when it comes to the classroom. Okay? Students, you are an important person. You do have a self-dignity, self-respect. Because Here now the student is individual, number of times the child may feel isolated. There is no friends to share. Whereas in the real classroom, they can, even the class while it goes on, they will have little jokes or chat or humor or pass on some comments. Nothing is here. So therefore they may feel, but you can tell them, okay, number of things, a lot of, effective things can be done when you're alone, when you can do it, girls or a boy, you are beautiful, you have self-discipline, you have self-dignity, where you can you can develop. You may feel like going out with your friends, but being here, alone also is a skill, also is, strong mental ability to be alone. So that kind of thing, even to interact with the teacher online or with your friends, be courteous, okay, be kind. So therefore that is very important. Punctuality, we make sure that the students come to the class on time. If you're on time, they will come. You can give them, students, those of you who are there on time, okay, you will get a star. Okay, you can put them star, you can create a chart with their names, give them stars or some pictures or even flowers or bouquets to encourage them. Help them to develop intrinsic motivation. When we are in the classroom, we'll say, okay, good, well done, fantastic answer. That is great. But today, you should also use it in the classroom and the students answer, reinforcement is very, very important. And also tell them, you not only get the motivation from outside, you can also develop your own motivation, intrinsic motivation within. Okay, and enable the students also be prepared for the class, okay, with their dress code, with their hairstyle, okay, even coming to the class with neatly dressed. So you help them. There may be tendency for the students, get up and come and sit. Some children may come with the nightie or boys may come. You tell them, sorry, you are in a virtual class. So therefore, there is online ethics of teaching and learning. So therefore, you need to get into this mode. So what happens, this will also, give them a kind of respect. Okay, personality development, also give them motivation to learn. Now, strengthening the learning skills. Okay, so how do we strengthen the learning skill? Through discussion, through interactions, getting them involved. You can also give peer discussion, group project, constant evaluation. We may think online students are not living together. How do they have this group work? They can have, create a link, create a WhatsApp group, and they can chat. Okay, share their knowledge, sit in groups. So what happens? They plan their time and they're free. They develop, time management. Okay, all of us will meet today for half an hour to discuss on this particular topic, or through video conferencing or through video calls. It is very easy for them. So what happens? You also, enable them to, develop this leadership quality, organizing abilities, things like that, constant evaluation. Let the students know that they are evaluated constantly, and you also get the constant feedback from the students and help the students to ask for clarification. So these are all some of the strengthening learning skills. If you can provide chances for the students, they will develop. Help them to be focused on the topic, because sometimes you and I may not feel, such this kind of response from the students, but some students, teaching community may have, students, when they discuss with you through online, they may deviate, they may talk something else on purpose. So you enable them to be focused on the topic, help them to be respectful, because students, when they are at home, they do not, talk to their parents or siblings with respect. Sometimes that tendency may come in, but you can tell them, okay, you need to have this classroom ethics. So be, respectful. Before you answer, kindly raise so that before you, and then unmute your audio or video to answer. And you tell them, see, the result of the live discussions, help them see, when you not only discuss with me, you not only give your points, your ideas or your knowledge, you not only share with me, but you're also sharing with your class, maybe in the class, or maybe somebody else, their friends may be sitting and listening to you. So therefore, your knowledge is very, very important. Your sharing is very important. Your discussion is very important. You may not know, but number of people are being benefited getting the knowledge from you. So tell them, the students, it will motivate the student to learn in depth, okay, of imbibing knowledge. Find a positive reinforcement, okay, both the ways. Let the children also reinforce themselves, their friends, when they work in groups. You also let the students also know when they are supposed to submit the assignments on date. It is very important through online, if you give an assignment, don't ask them tomorrow to submit, give them some times. Let the students, you send reminder, let the students realize, okay, I need to submit the work or the group work on time. So you can use this Google form or an acknowledgement form that helps them, okay, to realize. Help the students to avoid. Students may have, because of online, nobody is watching, they may send your assignments plagiarized, okay. Avoid plagiarism. Tell them this is not, I want your work, okay. So submit all written material, then you can submit it. So student substitution, when you give online exam, maybe someone else is writing it for the sake of your students. So help the students, let them know that they are assessed, they are being watched. Okay, so when you give them, ask them to keep their videos unmuted, okay, to keep their desktop, writing pad where you can see, focus the video accordingly so that, you are assessing them. Let them know. Recycling course material. Clear? Maybe somebody, they must have got it from somewhere, and some students may just write and send exactly, or the notes that is somewhere, they have got the notes and sent, because this does not help the students to develop their thinking ability or to imbibe in-depth knowledge. They need to do it. So that has to be ensured. If you keep telling them constantly, they will do it. Okay, disciplined mind is very, very important. Okay, so therefore there is, positive mind, self-discipline, self-principle, self-value, self-dignity. You tell them, see, when you talk, this is an opportunity online. When you address the students or the teacher, you have your discipline, you have your, the way you talk, the way you address, the way you answer, the way you listen to. All this, enables you towards developing a better personality and help them to have a positive mind. Okay, or self-discipline, principles, values, dignity, on the other hand, will result in positive mind. So this is, the teaching community must ensure that the students do exercise these qualities in the online teaching learning process. The synthesizing mind, okay, let the students, give opinions when they discuss. Do not stop them, even when the answers are wrong. Let them express their opinion, okay, or their knowledge on particular content being discussed. And help the students also to post relevant things, okay, when they post it through WhatsApp group or through chat box or through mail. Okay, help them. Okay, we have this mail IDs, only it is used for academic purpose, or you have a group, WhatsApp group, nothing should be shared except your academic transaction or knowledge. So that has to be informed to the students. Creative mind, okay, because online teaching learning must ensure the complete development of all personalities. So clarify, when they clarify doubts, have patience to answer them. Let the students question, provide them ample opportunity, because what is the use of completing a portions when the students do not clarify or question or express their answers very systematically? It is not going to be reflected on anything if you just complete. The more the students interact with you, clarify with you, it helps them to develop. So therefore, also help the students, whatever discipline they share or we discuss, concept they study, discipline they study, help them to correlate the learning content with other subjects. Suppose if I teach English, I also teach history and geography, because I'll talk about the authors or poets or content matter where it happened in the history, okay, and the place, geography, and I'll also talk about maths, how many hours, how many years back it has happened. So every subject is correlated. That you have to help them to have correlated learning experience or discipline. Then the students will start, enlarging their mind and think, oh, it is not convergent learning, it is divergent learning, where even if I'm learning Tamil or English, I'm also learning getting knowledge on other subjects. So therefore, help them to browse, learn, help them to, see that the learning is correlated. It is not isolated learning, it is correlated learning. And you can tell them, you can discuss even with other disciplinary students to get information or brainstorm ideas on particular subjects. It is very important. Students must imbibe respectful mind. Okay, help them, help them to be respectful, courteous. And also, tell them through some anecdotes or through audios, through videos, how important it is, to avoid derogatory, dismissive, or overly critical comments. It does not result or help in any way. But on the other hand, if you're respectful, so therefore, value the diversity needs of the learners. When the students express their needs, we need to listen to, encourage the students to post something that is very, very encouraging. This is where, online mode tools give you a lot of opportunity where you can, show some 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes clips, videos, audios, watching which they not only imbibe knowledge, but also help, it enables them to reflect on their personality development. So online learning, teaching and learning provides all this ample opportunity for an effectively teaching learning outcome. Be an active learner of the group. So let the students know their learning, or when they express their ideas, their concepts, their answers, the discussion, they not only learn, but they also enable the entire group of the students to imbibe the knowledge. So therefore, see, one of you share, it is your own mind. Each student sharing, you imbibe a lot of knowledge, different ideas. The student think, I did not think of, the child is my friend A or B, they shared extra information. So what happens? In-depth knowledge, okay, if the online teaching learning process enables to imbibe in-depth knowledge, there is a lot of scope in imbibing clear experiential knowledge and strive for excellence. With that, I finish. If you give me some 4 minutes, there is a small video clip with which I would like to complete. Ma'am, if you allow me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So nothing is impossible, right? Even online can be, made as very possible. I enjoyed this clip, this kind of motivation clip to my students. So I usually play it for them. So I want to finish it with this.
Ma'am, we can't see the video, ma'am.
Hello? Yes, ma'am. Hello?
There's no video, ma'am. We are not able to see the video.
Okay. Fine. We are not able to see the video. Fine. Okay. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to finish. Yes, any questions, any clarifications? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Krishnaveni, you can take up, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing valuable information on online teaching and learning strategies and also code of ethics for online learner. We will definitely implement these strategies and enhance our teaching skills. The art and science of asking questions is the source of all knowledge. Now I request Mrs. Gayatri, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, NCFW, to follow up with question and answer session.
Thank you, Krishnaveni. Yes, ma'am, we have some questions in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
The question from Kanakaya from Telangana. How the
Yeah.
teachers will teach on online mode to rural tribal areas due to lack of modern technology and network. Please suggest alternative teaching method. Please, ma'am.
Yes, I don't understand today, okay, as the statistic shows, every Indian household owns a mobile. May not be a smartphone for the teaching community, for the learning community. So what you could do, okay, you can invite, if you're in a rural area where students do not have this online, only few students have the smartphone. So because of this pandemic, we are not supposed to, come together. But what you can ensure is, there are a number of teachers in Tamil Nadu, they go visiting because teacher as an individual visits different, students in their homes. Teachers are doing that. So if you don't find, if there is no possibility of this online, tools available like smartphone, okay, or networking problem, there is no network, students do not have this, tools to enhance the teaching learning. I think then the teacher must take an initiative, visiting, okay, you can say, send a note, okay, at least phone is there. They may not have smartphone, but definitely they have mobile phone. You can send a message or talk to them. Maybe 5 or 6 students, those who are in a nearby, okay, area to a particular place you are traveling. Could you come, 6 of you? I will be there on this time to clarify your doubts or teach you something that need to be addressed, be it maths or physics or science. And this is if you find there is no tool or no gadgets, e-gadgets available, and this is the only way. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
One more option will be, you can always address to the government, because every government and Andhra government, I think, takes a lot of, where government schools are, they're making it to the standard of private schools. So definitely if this need is addressed to the government, they will also consider providing maybe a smartphone to the learning community. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. The next question is, online class will restricted on one way because students not act seriously on task. What will do with these type of students? This is a question.
Okay, that's what I've been discussing. Sir, you need to tell them when they come for your class, this is what you need to be. Okay, mark is not very important, but marks are also important. Okay, you will get your credit or your marks only when you fulfill all these aspects, when you're, when you're constantly, present without fail in the classroom, when you submit the assignments, when you do participate in group discussion, you can divide, you have got internal marks in your hand, okay? If students participate, okay, effectively, you give 5 marks, okay? Students, those who are on time, everyday present, okay? I'll give you 1 mark for each, it will be added, or 5 marks for attendance will be added, okay? Students, if they don't talk, then you tell them, maybe you do not want to talk, you can post your answers in a chat box. Give them, various opportunities. You need to reflect and think, because you are a teacher, we cannot just say students are not interested to come to online, but you can make other possibilities, devices, strategies, methods, okay? You need to evolve, think and evolve. Call them one day, okay, on the group, okay, meet them. If you have a number of students through online, let the parents know, create a link, send to the parents and say, this is what, okay, I find your student is not regularly attending. What is the reason? Is he sick? Or is he not getting enough of food? Or is there any other problem? You also can have, interaction with your parents and get to, know the status of the students and solve the problem.
Thank you, ma'am. There is another question in the chat box.
Yeah.
How to inculcate learning skills in students' community in online mode of teaching?
Okay, inculcate learning skill. Tell them, different students, as I said, we have got kinds of students and type of students. Not every student learns in the same manner, but online mode, okay, students today, especially when Tamil Nadu is concerned, I think almost 90% of the students community has this. Even if they are economically poor, the parents see that the student has smartphone. So tell them, if the student to get interested, you tell them, okay, even 40 students, 70 students in classroom, you first give them some 10 students, pick up students both from above average, below average, average, okay, achievers and slow learners. Pick up 10 fellows and you give them a task. Okay, I want you, not tomorrow, I give you 2 days. Okay, this is the information. You give them the search engine, you give them the website address, you give them the topic, ask them to go to. Okay, or tell them, you are not interested. I want you to speak about any topic that is interested. You are interested. Come on, now I want you to discuss with me with reference. So go read and come and discuss. So 5 minutes every day, even if a child begins to speak 2 or 3 sentences, give them 1 minute each. For 10 students, you spend 10 minutes. The rest of, for 50 minutes, you teach. Every day, if you do this exercise, I'm sure no students will be left and every student will get interested. Even fellow students, those who don't want to speak, you ask them to speak on something very interested. So once everybody starts beginning to speak, then you pull them, you can get them into your hand to speak on the concept. Okay, even some interesting topics, even maybe something maybe on food, which is, or the place that they like to go, or what they want to become. Suppose if they don't want to study, okay, I am forced to do my B.Ed or I am forced to do my MSc Max or BSc Max, tell them, okay, let them speak out. So in this way, you get the confidence and later on, students will tell you, yes, sir, today I'm fine.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable information, suggestions, and also clarified all the doubts. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dear participants, after giving vote of thanks, feedback form will be shared in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback form and all of you will get your e-certificates through your email. Kindly be patient because per day 100 certificates only will be generated. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, participants.
Krishnaveni?
Thank you, ma'am. If the only prayer you said in your whole life was thank you, that would suffice. Now I request Mrs. Baby Manorama, Assistant Professor of Biological Science, NCFW, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. A very good afternoon to everyone. It gives me pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for this national webinar on effective online teaching and learning strategies and ethics. Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously, because all things have contributed to your advancement. You should include all things in your gratitude. Yes, foremost, with much respect and gratitude, on behalf of principal, staff, students of Nazareth College of Education for Women, I wholeheartedly thank our respected resource person, Dr. S. Irudaya Mary, Professor of English, Stella Matina College of Education, for the wonderful enlightening session, for sharing the knowledge and innovative ideas on the topic, effective online teaching and learning strategies. Thank you, ma'am. Leadership is not about titles, positions, or flow charts. It's about one life influencing another. Management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right things. Yes. Next, I extend my sincere gratitude to our management, respected Secretary, Mr. Henry Maris, and our dear Principal, Dr. Golden Kisha, for the continuous support and guidance in making this webinar a successful one. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Unity is strength when there is teamwork and collaboration. Wonderful things can be achieved. Yes, I would like to thank Dr. S. Sujata, backbone of this webinar, Mrs. Gayatri, my co-organizer, for all the support and efforts rendered. Good colleagues are those who understand that team goals are more important than egos. Yes, I extend a warm gratitude to all my dear co-teacher educators for the continuous effort as team. Thank you all. Showing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful things women can do for each other. My sincere gratitude to Mr. Dhanasekar for helping us out in all the technical issues. Thank you, sir. We don't have to engage in grand, heroic actions to participate in the process of change. Small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. Yes, millions of thanks to all the participants, all educators, teachers, and students of various colleges. Your presence valued more than just being there. Thank you all for your participation. Once again, I thank one and all for making this virtual webinar a successful one. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, Sujata, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Mano,
Yes, Sujata ma'am.
resource ma'am,
Yes,
principal
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you so much. I must thank you for the opportunity provided. It was nice
Thank you, ma'am.
being you.
It was very nice, ma'am. That's very nice. Thank you.
I hope. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sujata ma'am, and the other organizers too. Thank you so
very
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm just going through this feedback in chat box. Okay. Ma'am, Sujata ma'am. Hello,
Yes,
ma'am. Ma'am, you will send me the certificate. E-certificate.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Big thanks to you. Thank you. Can leave, right? Thank you, ma'am.
Can't hear, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am is saying thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gayatri? Gayatri ma'am? Gayatri ma'am? Mano?
சொல்லுங்க சுஜாதா மேம்.
Participants are saying link is not opening or not working.
No, 100 இதுவா இருந்ததுன்னா it will open ma'am. Just ask them to wait. Okay, it will open.
We can leave the meeting no?
Yeah, after they are finished, they can leave the meeting. No problem.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
Ma'am, we haven't got the link in YouTube. I came back to Zoom.
One sec. Yes, ma'am. We are sharing, ma'am. You just check now.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Sujata, ma'am, WhatsApp.
Ma'am, can you share it in Zoom, ma'am, please, once again?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, now we have given the acceptance, ma'am. You can fill it now and you'll get it, ma'am.